live. Bonjour, bonjour tout le monde. J'espère que vous m'entendez et que vous me voyez correctement. Bonjour Pandoro. Bonjour tout le monde. Mick, Matt Cross. Bonjour Esha. Bonjour Ghost Officials. Bonjour Mohamed. Bonjour tout le monde. Bonjour Oit. Freya, bonjour Bola, bonjour, bonjour. I'm trying to read the names as they come along. Bonjour. Okay, so this is the live hangout open to anybody on YouTube, okay, whoever is subscribing to me. Bonjour, and I'm here. Bonjour Zubair, bonjour. I'm here to try to answer as many questions as possible in 30 minutes. And I know that I have already quite a few questions rolling here, but I saw one and I'm going to go and get going with the first questions to start with. Bonjour the Diamond Donut. And by the way, you don't say je suis 12 ans, you say j'ai 12 ans. Now remember that we do not say I am 12 years old. In French, we say I have 12 years, okay? So be very careful, but remember that. Maybe the Lonnie Ravenclaw, YouTube, bonjour Alexa, bonjour, bonjour. Tron, bonjour. Puff Pastry, bonjour. And Mohamed, il a 13 ans, well done. J'ai 13 ans, well done you. Okay. Vous, tu, you can say vous, you can say tu to me. I would rather you say tu, okay? Because otherwise it makes me feel really old. Bonjour Brésil, bonjour. Bonjour from Turkey, bonjour tout le monde. Maroc, Morocco, Pakistan, hey, bonjour, bonjour. Okay, I'm going to start straight away and Hollande, bonjour la Hollande. Do you have any tips for learning GCSE French? Senna, I teach GCSE French, and what I think that you should be doing is learn as much vocabulary as possible. And even if you cannot make full sentences, what I suggest that you do, especially when it comes to environments, because I know that's part of your topics, everyday life, the health and so on, learn at least 15 to 20 words based on these topics, different topics, because I can assure you, you will find them in a text, you will find them in a listening comprehension. So if you can spot them, you will be able more likely to answer the questions that is asked to you. So do try to put sentences together, be accurate with your verbs. If the question is asked in a past tense, answer it in a past tense. That's where you will get your mark. Okay, so that answers my first question. Now, Mohammed says, please explain recent past. I'm not sure what you mean by recent past, Mohammed, but I can teach you something, and I'm going to make myself really small. Okay, here we go. So, because there is one thing that you can use to refer to the past, and if you wanted to say, I have just done that, we use the verb venir de. Okay, venir de. And venir means, we know, means come, okay? But if you use it in a sentence with an infinitive verb after that, you could say, je. Now, have a look at the way we conjugate venir in the present tense. Je viens, I come. Okay, je viens, this all means I come. But if you added the particle de, the article de here, je viens de, the partitive, that's what I meant. Je viens de, and then you could add any verb. So, je viens de manger, and suddenly, though the verb venir is conjugated in the present tense, but the fact that we have added the partitive de next to it and an infinitive, it means I have just eaten. And I'm not sure, Mohammed, whether that is what you're asking when you mean recent past, but that's a great way of talking about something you've just done. So it's literally, it means I have just done that. Okay, so you could do, hey Raj, love you too. Now, so you could technically pretty much use it in any way. So if you wanted to say we have just arrived, okay, then you would say, you would obviously conjugate venir according to the subject pronoun nous. So nous, and then venons. So literally, nous venons means we come. Nous venons de, and then you add your verb. So nous venons de, what did I say? Arriver. Arriver. So if you said nous venons de arriver, obviously it would be d'arriver and not de arriver, okay, because the verb begins with a. Now nous venons d'arriver means we have just arrived, okay. Hey, bonjour Sophie, elle a 10 ans. Sophie is 10 years old. Bonjour, bonjour. Okay, so do we have a sentence? Do we have a question, Adam, now that we could answer pretty quickly? I have one that was asked early on, just before Adam sends me one. Someone says, tell us how to use your playlist. Oh, you've got one here. Yes. Someone says, tell us how to use your playlist. And someone says, do you know, last week I did a live hangout and I realized something, that a lot of the questions, because I read the questions again, a lot of the questions can be answered by watching the videos that I have produced already on YouTube. So if you have a look at the playlist, you need to go onto my YouTube channel and you need to look at the playlist. If you wanted to start as a complete beginner, then look at the French Essentials. There are 50 lessons available from the complete beginners course to the most advanced, okay? So have a look at the playlist. Please have a look at the playlist. Now, I'm waiting for Adam to send me a question. Okay, how do you say I live in the UK, I have a big house in the first floor, I have 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms for my French assessment? Excuse me, Deepa, am I doing your homework here? Right, but I can help you though. Okay, so I live in the UK. Now everybody, you could try to do it as well. Now because habite begins with a H and je ends with an E, we've got to get rid of the je and add an apostrophe. So, j'habite en Angleterre. Okay, j'habite en Angleterre. Okay, I have a big house. Now you can do that too. Et j'ai une grande maison. Maison, okay, superbe. Okay, j'ai une grande maison. In the first floor, I have 4 bedrooms. Now, how would you say first? I have done a lesson on ordinal numbers. So, I've done a lesson on ordinal numbers. So, au premier means at the first. Étage. And if you look at that, it's like a stage. Yeah, look at the word again. It's like a stage. So, au premier étage, okay, au premier étage, il y a, as in there are or there is, 4 chambres. 4 chambres, okay? So, il y a 4 chambres. And how do you say bathroom in French? Do you know how to say bathroom? No, it's salle de bain. Okay, so il y a 4 chambres. And I'm going to have to erase this bit here, I'm afraid. Il y a 4 chambres et 2 salles de bain. Okay, so that's your homework done. All right, okay, so do we have a question now? Let's have a look. Okay, Alex Brown says, are there any good ways to learn new vocab? Okay, new vocabulary, let's have a look. Alex, I would say that the best way to learn vocabulary is either, it depends whether you have access to French conversation classes or private lessons as well. But if you don't, I would recommend that you actually, well, YouTube is the best way for that. Vocabulary classes on YouTube where you have a list of words. And I think my you know, we do that quite quite a lot at Learn French with Alexa, provide you with list of vocabularies. But it depends what kind of vocab you want. Do you want adverbs, and do you want just verbs? Do you want objects? Do you want what? So you've got to be very specific about what you want to learn. But why don't you start with topics such as, okay, I'm going to learn all the animals now. So you concentrate on the animals. You find the words in French either using YouTube or books. It's up to you. And then once you're confident, try to build sentences using this vocabulary, and then you move on to objects, and then you move on to, okay, I'm going to learn 10 adverbs today. So do it in a very methodical way, and I think it should be fine as long as you can put them in sentences. That should be quite fine. Okay, so tell me about the conjugation of venir. Okay, Yana, bonjour Yana. Venir. Well, I told you just now, venir means to come. Okay, and venir is an interesting one, actually. So here we have the verb venir, and it means to come. Okay, so if you want to say je viens, it will mean I come, but it means also I arrive. It's the same as arriver. Okay, je viens. You could say je viens. Have a look at the way we conjugate it in the present tense. Tu viens. Okay, tu viens. And then il vient with a T. And you would do the same with elle and on, because they are always conjugated the same way. Tu viens, il vient, je viens, on vient. Okay, have a look at the endings here. And then when you come to nous, it is nous venons. And then vous venez. And then il and elle viennent. Il and elle viennent. Okay? Now, when I say il and elle, that's what a question last week, actually. When you want to say they, and if you have watched my videos, and please refer back to my YouTube channel and the playlist. I find that not many people know that everything is organized in the way you can find something. The same way Vinet as what's the difference between connaître and savoir. I did a video on that. So please type on my channel connaître versus savoir. Okay? So ils viennent and elles viennent both means they. Il is used for the plural and obviously the masculine, and elle is used for the plural and the feminine. Okay, so but why do we have two ways of things there? Because everything in French has to be differentiated, whether it is a feminine gender and masculine gender. Everything, even objects are. Okay, so be very careful with this one. Okay, so. Right, I think we have tried to please explain French partitive articles. Mohammed, I have already. There is a lesson on French essential called partitive articles, actually. So it's de la, du. Okay, so be careful with that, and please find it. I mean, I can very quickly tell you about it. The way you use partitive articles, you know, is with de. For example, you would say I am eating some, so it means some. Okay, de la, du, and des, and they mean some. Okay, so have a look at that. De la is some when using a feminine word. So for example, you could say je mange de la confiture. I eat jam because jam is feminine. Je mange du poisson. I eat fish because poisson is masculine, and you will never say de le, you would say du. And je mange des poissons, again, because it is plural, no matter whether it's a feminine or a masculine word. Okay, so this is, but I have done a whole lot of lessons. Please, guys, I can see a lot of questions that you can answer by watching my videos and that I have that I have recorded. Okay, Jamie, Jamie Tony Bell, I'm doing a project on the Moulin Rouge. Anything I should absolutely include? Well, I don't know, Jamie. I've never been to the Moulin Rouge. I've passed by it, however, but I'm not quite certain about what you should include. As in French. Are you doing this project in French, Jamie? So I don't quite know. Try to explain the verb, don't please. L'oiseau, l'oiseau de rêve. Oh, sad face. Try to explain the verb don't, please. I'm not quite sure what verb is don't. You mean the negation? Because I can't really understand what your question is about. But I'm just try to send me another messages. Bonjour Jefferson, j'ai appris beaucoup avec toi, je t'aime, super. It's going so. Okay, I'm looking for sorry about that. I'm looking for your questions and it's scrolling so quickly that I'm a bit lost. Do you have face-to-face in-person lesson? I'm a big fan. Yes, sir. No, I'm afraid that I do not have a face-to-face lessons, mainly because I spend my day working in the office preparing these lessons that you see on YouTube, and also because we have a business, learnfrenchwithalexa.com, the channel, the website, sorry, that obviously is for the paying customers. Dubai Arbab, s'il vous plaît, tout, and tout. Okay, I can answer this question. Why say used instead of il or elle? By the way, Tesh, we have answered this question at the last live hangout. So let's have a look at the tout and tout and tout. Okay, so when you have tout, okay, when you have tous, when you have tout, and when you have tout. Okay, once again, all of that means all. Okay, it means all. Okay, and you're going to say, but when? Well, whenever the word that comes after that. So if the word is masculine after that, it's going to be tout. So I can think of tout le monde, for example. So if we write next to it, tout le monde. Okay. Another one, the tous here will be when the word is masculine but plural. Okay, can you see that? So you would have, for example, tout. Can you see that, guys? Tous les jours. Tous les jours. Okay, so that means every day. So you're going to say, but why is it S? Tous. It's because jour is masculine and plural, okay? And then you've got toute, which refers to a feminine word right after that. So you would say toute la journée, for example. And it's funny because you have the word journée and jour that both mean a day, and one is masculine and one is feminine. So journée as in the day that started in the morning and carried on in the afternoon throughout the day is feminine. And you would say toute la journée because journée is feminine. Now what about when it comes to tout? T-O-U-T-E-S, okay? Toutes les filles, you could say. So it's when it's feminine and plural. So you could say, for example, toutes les filles, okay? Toutes les filles, okay? So here again, you would say O-U-T-E-S, okay? Because fille is feminine and it's plural, okay? Now, Elle says, please discuss question words. By the way, again, I have done about 5-6 essential French lessons on questions. If you are taking your exam soon, and it feels like it's like that, have a look at all the lessons I've done. Go back to my YouTube channel, okay? Not just the channel, the videos that I post regularly, but have a look at what I have posted in the past. There are over 430 videos on the channel that all have pretty much what you have as a question here, you know, so please do that. Right. Can you give me some Easter words? Okay, I can give you some Easter words. Let me give you some Easter words. Okay. Who is asking that? Humphrey, too. Give me some Easter words very quickly. When you want to say Easter, you say Pâques. Okay, Pâques. And if you wanted to say Happy Easter, you would say Joyeuse Pâques. Okay, Joyeuse Pâques. Now, you have, for example, what is related to Easter? Ooh, le chocolat. Le chocolat. Miam. Le chocolat. And if you wanted to say the chocolate eggs, okay, you would say les œufs en chocolat ou au chocolat. So you can either use les œufs au chocolat ou les œufs en chocolat. Chocolat. Okay, so it works. And by the way, when you say l'œuf au chocolat, well done, thank you. Okay. When you want to say the singular version of eggs, you don't say œufs, you say œuf. And when you want to put this word into the plural, you say les œufs. So the sound changes differently. Yeah, can you hear that? Le lapin is the rabbit because that's related to Easter. And yes, what other words can you think of? Well, that's the only words that I can think of. Okay, nightshade, revenir versus retourner versus rentrer. Funnily enough, there is a video that is going to be that is going to be done really soon. So what can I say? Revenir, retourner, and rentrer. You could potentially all use them the same way, okay? But you could say for someone, when are you coming back? Okay, so you say, quand est-ce que tu reviens? Using that. You could say, but quand est-ce que tu retournes? It wouldn't work as much, but that still means to return. Et quand est-ce que tu rentres? When are you coming back as well? And you know what? There is such a fine line between the three that you could potentially use them, whichever, and still get it right, if that makes sense. So I'll make a video on that anyway to give you more examples of that. But please do, you know, it's okay if you don't know the difference. So one means come back, one means return, and one means rentrer, to go in. Yeah, literally, that's what it means. But all of them literally could mean to come back. Okay, so okay, how do you say April Fools? April Fools. Oh, that's a good one. Yes. Okay. April's Fool is le poisson d'avril. Le poisson d'avril. Okay, so we've just seen Pâques and now we've seen the fish of April. Okay, so April's Fool's Day is all about a fish in French. Okay, so what people do, they tend to, without your knowledge, stick a cutout fish in the back of you, and so that you do not notice that you have a fish stuck. Okay. Okay. Have we got another one? Say and when to use il y a. Giacomo Ponzi. Giacomo. When do you use say versus il y a? Now that's an interesting one because they don't really, they're not really the same. So say, it is, yeah? Okay, il y a, there is. Okay, oopsie, there is, sorry about my lousy handwriting. So that's your question. So the difference between say is that it is and il y a is there is in French. So if you were to put that into a sentence, you would say c'est un grand jardin It is a big garden. For example, you would say c'est un grand jardin. And il y a would be il y a un grand jardin. Okay, so two different things. There is a big garden and it is a big garden. I mean, the two cannot be compared with because they mean two different things. Okay. You are not answering my question. Mohammed, you've already asked a question. Answer me, please. What is your question? Okay, Eroben, sorry, it's going too fast. That's why. It's not that I don't want to answer your question. I am going to see what is your question here. When is the I used? Okay, I'm not sure what, do you mean D apostrophe and L? Is that so? Or D apostrophe and I? I'm not sure I understand your question. Maybe that's why I missed that one. You cannot put D apostrophe and an L after that. D and I. An L, no, you can't. You can't do that. You can't put D apostrophe and L. I cannot think of a word, unless you have a word for me, I can't think of a word that has D apostrophe and L in French. It has to come with an H or a vowel after that, okay? So you have to have, for example, d'arbre, of a tree, because you put the D apostrophe, because arbre has an a vowel in the beginning, but you would not be able to put D and L. Okay, try not to do that. So you put D, de, and then the L. I hope this is what you mean. Now, Alisa, can you explain negatives in French? Yes, I could, but I've done it already. Have a look at my playlist. There is a whole section on negations. So if you type on my playlist negations, you will have probably the right answer. Don't ignore, please, la différence entre les mots d'ailleurs. Benjamin, rude. D'ailleurs, par ailleurs, s'il vous plaît. D'ailleurs, by the way. D'ailleurs. Okay. On the other hand, I mean, d'ailleurs, you have... D'ailleurs is a weird one, actually. Maybe Adam could find out a proper translation for d'ailleurs. And by the way, just for your information, I'm going to show you the app I use for the translation of word. For example, I've just clicked d'ailleurs, okay? Here, okay, I'm not sure whether it is called Word Reference, okay? And I have an app on my phone, and you type the language you want and you type the translation you want. So here, app. And what's amazing about that is that it is translating straight away d'ailleurs. So I've just clicked d'ailleurs and it says, incidentally, by the way, for that matter, okay? So that's d'ailleurs. And then you have all the possibility with d'ailleurs. So please have a look at them. Quite often I use word reference. Actually, I can admit that I use word reference at least 3 or 4 times a day because I'm not sure. I'm not, entirely sure about. Okay, Jefferson Pena Leon, what does make mean? Why? Have you heard it a lot? Make. It means a guy. It's a slang word which means a man, okay? Un mec, a man, okay? A guy, okay? That's what it means, okay? Please, how to say I am overwhelmed? Please. Well, you sound overwhelmed, Shad. You really do sound overwhelmed. Je suis... do you know what? That's not a word we have. So I'm just going to type on my word reference app, overwhelmed, and see what happens because I do not know. And quite often in French, you don't have the proper word and that, écrasant. Écrasant, irrésistible, non? Submergé. Okay, that's a good one. Submergé is a good one. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. Je suis submergé, je suis acclé. Alors, submergé. Okay, like submerged. Okay, je suis submergé. La nana. I like you to any girl in French. Okay. Submergé et accablé is another thing. Like, oh, je suis accablé, je suis submergé. I am overwhelmed. Okay, je suis accablé. Okay, other than your amazing website and content, would you recommend any other forms of application of website to take French to the next level? I'm not going to give other French websites in my live hangout. No, it's a joke. Okay, no, absolutely. Please do, not only with me. What I find that you will find that with my lessons, you will learn the construction of sentences. But what you need is vocabulary that I might not be able to help you because it's quite limited into teaching you how to form sentences, how to conjugate verbs. I find that you can get, we work alongside with Quizzic, for example, and Adam can leave you a link. And I find that Quizzic is amazing in terms of mapping out what you know and what you don't know. And especially for all the guys out there taking the A1, A2, B1, B2 level, and to see exactly where you are, then Quizzic is the best. Noise, thank you. Pronouncing the consonants if the letter in the next word is a vowel. Is this 100% of the time? Are there any common exceptions? Well, it's a good question. It's a very good question. Sometimes, and really I need to look into that. So, do you know, I find that I'm often with French people here in London and we talk very differently. And sometimes they will actually not do the liaison. They will actually not compound the words and they will give it to me, le arbre, for example. But overall, the rule is that, and I'm going to do that, overall, the rule is that if the word begins with an A or an H, the letter before, if it has a vowel, of course, has an apostrophe. Okay, it has an apostrophe no matter what. Okay, but so A, E, O, U, and the H. But when the H is, I believe, an aspire H, okay, then certainly you can do a le or de. So we wouldn't say l'hibou, for example, for the owl, we will say le hibou. So suddenly I have, you know, le hibou, but you would say l'hôpital. So two words that begins with an H, one as H aspiré and therefore doesn't take the apostrophe, and the other one does. So le hibou doesn't take the apostrophe, but l'hôpital does. Okay, so l'hôpital, and that is one of the exceptions. So to answer your question, and thank you very much for your donation, Noise. To answer your question, the exception you will find into the H and not, I don't think so, into the vowel and the le. Okay, the vowel and the le and the G, obviously. But do you know what? It's probably worth for me checking on that, and I will come back to it on another, because it's such a good question that I may actually done a video. I may do a video on that. So we will make a note of it because it's a good question and it matters. But say again, when you speak in French, if you're not sure of this L apostrophe, G apostrophe, or the liaison, please do not worry. A French person will still understand what you mean, okay? Okay, we have Tom Launder. Hi Alexa, please explain when to pronounce ne in ne pas negation. I often do not hear the ne pronounced in native speaker. Is it more grammar issue, not day-to-day use? It's such a good question too. I tell you what, oh, t'es gentil, Jefferson, thank you. Alexa est jolie, mignon. I tell you what, Tom, quite often the French people will completely omit to say the no. And it's very observant for you. And this is the last question, by the way. Very observant of you to have said that, because you would say, for I do not know, you would say je ne sais pas. Okay? So that's the way, grammatically, the best way to say I don't know. Okay? That's the most grammatical way of doing it. However, French people will tend to say je sais pas. Okay? They will completely miss out the no. Okay? Je sais pas. Okay? But worst even, they would say je sais pas. You know? So so to answer your question, Tom, is that what is, was, or is je ne sais pas could probably end up becoming je sais pas. And je sais pas means I don't know. Okay? So it's all about accents, it's all about the way we speak as well and how quickly we speak. And suis, absolutely, Jefferson, juste comme je suis, you say suis. Okay? So, Nishta, the party team on 4. Do you know what, Nishta? I do not have time. However, I would like strong French accent. How to get the strong French accent? I want to answer all those questions now. I wish we didn't have only 30 minutes. I'm already running late. Okay. So what we are going to do now, we're going to stop here. I will do more regular live hangouts. Okay. We are off for Easter for the next 2 weeks, but I'm back on it. If you have a question, please email me at alexa@learnfrenchwithalexa.com so I could prepare the questions, okay? And obviously, if you all come up, hundreds and hundreds of you come up, and with a question I can't answer, I am not Superwoman, though sometimes I think I am. So, here we go. Right. Okay. Okay. I will. Thank you. Joyeuse Pâques to you all. And I love you all very, very, very much. Because the reason why I do these videos is because you keep watching them. So it's always a great motivator for me. Okay. So if you have any questions, and yes, I am Superwoman. If you have any questions, please let me know in advance. Okay. I will send you a super chat. Do that. That's worth it. Thank you. And yeah, super chat noise. I will definitely think about your question. That's it for me. Au revoir. À bientôt. Bisous, bisous. Salut.